frontier to you, it's a destination. Airplanes are cool, but you would prefer something like an Atlas rocket and a manned voyage to Mars. Shoot for the stars, you'll at least land on the moon. And this is Daryl Long.
Took some candid.
All right. No particular order. Is he here today? Where's J-Rod?
Family stuff.
He could have gotten food here and done family stuff. This is the Clarence Kelly Johnson Award. This is for who we think might be an aspiring engineer. Like the award's namesake, you are destined to be forever remembered as a hallmark of innovation and aerospace vehicle design. Your engineering efforts will be considered timeless 100 years after their inception. Kelly Johnson was the designer of the U-2, SR-71, and other iconic aircraft. What will you come up with? This is for Julian Rodriguez. Another one who's not here, Nathan Beach. Where's he at? We should be texting these people.
He's on his way.
Is he?
Actually, yeah, also, he has to work really hard.
Yeah, some of these kids have jobs. I don't get it. This is the Rich Bird Award. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'll give you a little brief history. This is the Convair Sea Dart. This is the first seaplane to ever go supersonic. And the guy who died flying it graduated from Catalinas High School, from St. Augustine. That's St. Augustine High School. And he was a Navy test pilot. And if you ever go to the Florida Air Museum down at Sun and Fun, they have one of these on a stick down there. And it's a pretty interesting story. He's a local guy, went to a little school up in Massachusetts, up at MIT, became a naval aviator and test pilot, and wound up actually dying during supersonic flight. The only one of its kind in a sea-type aircraft. It was a jet. Jets and boats. I don't understand the Navy sometimes. That's supposed to be the Spirit of St. Louis. The Spirit of St. Louis Award. Traditionally, aircraft have been emblemized with names and personified as living, breathing objects. I know I've called some airplanes some choice names in my life. The Spirit of St. Louis wasn't named after the city Lindbergh took off from. He took off from New York to be the first person to solo across the Atlantic Ocean. The Spirit of St. Louis was named after Lindbergh's hometown, and more importantly, named after the city of his financial backers. The Spirit of St. Louis is where the money came from to make the flight. What makes airplanes fly? Money, that's right.
Freedom.
It's money.
Yeah. And so it is with this award, you are the spirit of the St. Johns County Aerospace Academy. If anyone's been a cheerleader, been the spirit of it, been there, done lots of work, really, it's been Sundus El Omri. She's also the only person in the history of the Academy to win 2 awards. She gets the Plane Spotter Award. And Sundus, when she walks around and looks at a Cessna 172, she goes, "Look, Mr. McCrary, a Boeing 777. She's done that for 4 years. I have failed you miserably as a public servant and a teacher, and I apologize. She's not here today. Also, this goes out to Elsa Ingwerson. Elsa, I don't even think she's doing anything with airplanes when she gets out of high school, and doesn't care to do anything about it. But I had her for 4 years in the academy, and I think the most important thing she did was she baked me a custom birthday cake every year on my birthday, like an airplane, a real airplane birthday cake. Rocket this year was a Mars edible something floating around a cake. It was pretty intense. So I made up a new award for her, the Aero Baker Award, for outstanding work in the aerospace industrial culinary complex. You are a rare bird that blends art, sciences, and baking into a lovely human being. You have contributed far more than tests and classwork. You have brought humanity, humility, and a touch of gourmet class to the Aerospace Academy. You're the smartest, hardest artist who ever baked a birthday cake for a teacher who's indebted to your kindness. I'll see you. Where's Lexi?
She's coming.
When did the invitation say? 1:30? 2:30?
Said 9 o'clock.
Yeah, food, man. The Sully Award, this is named after Sullenberger. This is someone who is probably destined to become a pilot. Lexi Comstock is one of our, she's one of our seniors graduating. She's already flying now, and she's going to Embry-Riddle to get a pilot's license. You're destined to be a top-notch, steely-eyed, ice-in-your-veins professional airline captain. Just like Captain C. Sully Sullenberger III, you're a consummate professional that cannot be unnerved in the face of disaster. You are the go-to person when it comes to safety and overcoming the odds with your skills and level-headed thinking. You're a real stick and rudder aviator, so turn on that fasten seatbelt sign and get ready for a career that is ready for takeoff. And that's Lexi. Last one, I can't get a handle on these seniors. This goes for Austin Kramer. This is the A&P Mechanic Award. Austin has always been in the back of my room saying, can I take something apart? And then I'm always in the back of the room saying, can you put it back together? And so he's gonna be a great mechanic. Grease under your fingernails, hydraulic fluid all over your boots, just another day in paradise. You love not only taking things apart, understanding how they work, but also returning things to proper working order. You anticipate problems and prefer prevention over reaction to mechanical failures. Without mechanics, pilots are just guys with cool sunglasses and airplanes are expensive static displays. Written by a true aircraft mechanic. Okay, we're just about to start eating here. I wanted to show you one more award that we have. Will you pick that thing up there? There's a Turk in here, I don't know these. I'm not one for long speeches or life lessons or anything like that, or the tough.
Here you are.
Okay. This is the Mark Allen Otchke Award, and I don't have a lot of names on that plate. This is for a student who passes their written private pilot test examination, not with me in the class for Embry-Riddle, but actually for down here at FACT at Florida Flyers, they can test for the FAA. A lot of you don't know Mark Allen Otchke. I did not know Mark Allen Otchke. When he was in summer of his 9th grade, right? Was he in your class? Was he in your grade?
He was great under.
Grade under you. He was, and this was, I was just about to get the job. It was the summertime. I got hired. I was going to the Aerospace Academy. He lost his life in a motorcycle accident. He was a very young guy. I think he was 16 years old, and he loved aerospace. He wanted to be a pilot. And so I didn't know him, but I kept having kids who would say, oh, you don't like this guy. He was a good kid. And I eventually met his father, who's a St. Johns County Sheriff's Officer. And last year, Mark Allen Otchke's father and his mother walked in his place. He would have graduated last year. So he did. He passed away. It kind of reminds me of a lot of times what I see in young people. Some people would think that's tragic, that a young person died before they could live their dreams. What's really tragic is when you're old, dying in a bed, full of regrets. We're here, no, we're already here. The problem with your generation, you young people, you're technically savvy, you're intelligent, there's no doubt about that. The problem with you that I've seen, y'all don't want to dream. You don't want to dream big. You don't want to have to go after something big. Don't play it safe. Life is not a safe proposition. Now this award, you only get your name on there. And I should have said, oh, maybe I'll just put a good student up there or something like that. I have a reason why I only put someone's name up there if they pass that test. Because in aviation, a lot of the times, well, all the time, we don't pass out participation awards. If you're raised where you got participation ribbons, aviation, aerospace, science, that's not how it is in the real world. Oftentimes in our business, second place is dead last. So I want you to think about that, because if you're going to stay in the aerospace program, that's only going to progress. That's only something, you're a 9th grader, right, Jamie? Like, what's Mr. McCurry been trying to teach you this year? Name me one thing. If you had to sum up 9th grade in one word.
How to make planes, how they work.
How they work? Huh? Success. I want you to be successful. I want your kids to be successful. I have kids. I know what it's like. I want your kid to be successful. If it has something to do with airplanes, fine. If not, I still want them to go out there and be successful in whatever they do. Where's Moody?
She's over there.
She's getting food. She's getting food. She's one of our students. She came back. She's alumni. She's not flying airplanes. She's a law enforcement officer. That's good. That's okay. That's success. You adults, you're taxpayers, you pay me and put me in charge of your students. I have an obligation, I have a duty to make sure that they are thinking about success in some kind of career or college when they get out of class. And for the most part, I think 99% of the teacher or the parents around here support us doing that. And I want to thank you, the parents, for showing up today. I want to thank, who else is back here? Kelly Barrera, school board, back there. We have Buck Birdie's wife, and she brought Buck. He's with it. Well, I don't know what you're in, man. You're everywhere. He's an old F-16 pilot. I'm an old crew chief, so I can make fun of him. Kathy Campanero from Embry-Riddle. They're down there. There's lots of little freebies down there. You should be picking those things up. Jeanette Booth is here. She's been one of our parent volunteers. That's a new thing, the parents coming in and helping me, because I cannot do this all by myself. We started out with 160 students. Next year, we have enrolled 278 students. That's a lot. We've already got 11 sections lined up. I don't know if St. Augustine's done the math yet, but we only have 7 periods. We honestly don't know where that we're looking for a teacher right now. We're gonna have to expand. And I said, I don't want just expansion unless it's good expansion. Are we doing quality stuff? Are we making sure that these kids, let's just not slap a name on it. Let's make sure we give them an experience. So I want to thank you. Did we miss anyone else?
Airport.
Huh?
Airport.
The airport, yes, thank you. You guys do so much, I just assumed they're going to do it. The airport got us. And that Kevin over there, Ed Wolner would have been here. What's he doing? Probably nothing.
Graduated from Auburn today.
He is?
His daughter.
Oh, so? Where's the barbecue? Ed Wolner is great. Who else? We have the Army National Guard guys. They're out here. They flew in a Lakota. I thought that was very nice of them. SAPA, St. Augustine Airport Pilots Association. You want to join SAPA, you want to think about that because they give our kids scholarships. They've done that faithfully for the last 4 years. We have Civil Air Patrol. If you want to be in something, yeah. People are like, yeah, I like airplanes. Are you in Civil Air Patrol? Are you doing something where you're getting close to it? That's one way to be plugged in and be part of it. Miss anyone else?
You forgot yourself.
Oh, Mr. McCrary.
Okay, I just want to say a little thing about Mr. McCrary. I think all of the students here, no matter how long you had him, can realize Mr. McCrary has touched you in some way if he's helped you.
Touched you spiritually.
Like helped you with like finding what path you want to go to, teaching you more about it, inspiring you, helping you when you give up. He's always there for his students, and he always finds ways to help his students become better at whatever they want to do. And I honestly can say that I wouldn't be the person I am today with the goals that I have if it wasn't for Mr. McCrary, so I want to thank him.